Mas. Hi, good morning. It is February 20th, 2021. And we're going to go ahead and continue on our Bokken series for Saturdays. So real quick, we'll go ahead and review the 4 siburi that we've done thus far from the series, and we'll add in 2 more, so we'll get 6 out of the 8 hopefully done today. Then we'll do a quick review of the Bokken versus Joe kumitachi, focusing on the Bokken portion. We'll kind of review and go back over kumitachi number 1. And then if we have the time, we'll go ahead and also introduce kumitachi number 2, which amazingly enough is actually easier than kumitachi number 1. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around. But before I do, let's talk about where some of the strikes are going to go for today. So I need to use CAP, or COVID-approved partner. So shomenuchi, for the most part, can come to the head, but we can also go to the wrist with it, as we did in one of the siburi, but it's just a straight up and down cut. Kesa giri, or diagonal cut, can go, we've done some like to the head, come to the neck, the shoulder, and in one of the kumitachis, it can even come down into the knee. Okay? Ski or thrusting goes into the midsection for the most part. That's our basic ski. Now we're going to introduce something called furi ski, or essentially an uppercut. And what that does is, usually when we do a ski, blade points down. Now we're going to do it where the blade points up. And when we do that, it's still coming to the midsection, but it's coming from this lowered position. Okay? So with that being said, let me go ahead and we'll need this for later. Turn the camera around so we can get some mirrors to hopefully help us out. And I believe we have to keep it right about here, right? We'll just do a couple for review. I'm going to do this on the 90s. So we're going to step forward and step back and do shoman cut. So as we're here, right foot forward, we'll step forward, cut, step forward, cut, step back, and cut. Okay? So here we go together. We're here. We raise, step forward, cut, step forward, cut, raise, step back, cut, raise, forward, back. Okay? That's basic stepping shoman, sliding shoman. I raise, I slide forward, raise, slide back. When I slide forward, my back foot propels me forward. When I go back, my front foot propels me backwards. So as we're here, raise, forward, raise, back, raise, forward, raise, back. One more step, forward, back. Okay. Now, kind of facing into the camera, kesa giri, or that diagonal cut. We'll start here raised. Actually, I'm going to start back with my right foot to begin with, just to make life easy. As we step forward, we're going to cut at that angle and then reset. Raise, step, cut at that angle, and reset. And then we'll do the same thing again, stepping back and stepping back. So here we go. So right hand, right foot in front, we'll step back with that right foot here in this Joe down position. As we step forward that right foot, kesa giri, reset. We raise, step with the left foot, cutting diagonal, kesa giri. Now we raise, we're going to step back with the left foot, kesa giri, reset, raise, stepping back with the right foot, kesa giri. Here, raise up, step forward, kesa giri, reset, raise, step forward, kesa giri, reset, raise, step, back, kesa giri, raise, step, back, kesa giri. Okay. So for furi ski, what we're gonna do is we'll start from here, from our right foot forward. And as we do is we'll go start forward with that left foot and come up underneath. Okay, so I'm gonna be here. We'll reset and we'll step forward with the right foot. And there. Okay, again, think of this as an uppercut punch. So it's gotta come from underneath and up and in. Okay? So I'm gonna start here with my right hand, right foot in front. Now, as I step forward my left foot, my blade turns under. I get a nice long stretch and cutting up. Reset, standing right back up. Then from here, as I step with my right foot, I get low and bring my sword up and in. And then reset, trying to keep good posture. Now we're going to step back. As we're here, we step back, up and in, reset, step back, up and in. Okay. Now from the 90s, just so you see what my body's doing, see I'm relatively a little bit closer to the camera. Because I'm here, I'll step forward that left foot and then sink and coming up underneath. And then reset. So put the hands together. So as I step forward my right foot, I get low, hand turns over, other hand kind of reinforces from underneath. Reset. Stepping back. Coming up underneath. Ski. Reset. Stepping back. Ski. Reset. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start with the siburi. So let's start reviewing the first one. So very quickly, the first one, shin. I'm here. I raise, slide forward, shoman. Raise, slide back, shoman. That's number one, shin. So here, raise forward, cut, raise, back, cut, raise forward, cut, raise back, cut. Okay, that's number one. Number two, shiho. So we're going to go in 4 directions. So as we're here, we'll kind of slide forward a little bit, do a little bit of a ski. I will look to my left and do a shoman. Then I will look back behind my right, raise, step, shoman. I will then look to my right side, pivot, shoman. Then I'll turn, look behind, raise, step, shoman. Okay, so we've cut to all 4 directions. So again, as we're here, I'm going to do this twice. Actually, I'll do this one 3 times. First one, I'll do it facing the way the camera's facing back into the camera, and I'll do one at a time. So we're here, we slide forward, ski, pivot to our left, shoman. Turn, look behind, raise, step with our left foot, shoman. Look to my right, pivot, shoman, look behind, raise, step, shoman. Okay. Now looking into the camera. We're here. We slide forward, ski, pivot to the left, shoman. Turn back around, raise, step with the left foot, shoman. Look to the right, pivot, shoman. Look behind, raise, step forward, shoman. Okay. Now, on the 90s, one on the 90s. So here we are. Slide forward, ski, pivot to the left, shoman. Look behind, raise, step, shoman. Look to your right, pivot, shoman. Turn around, raise, step forward, shoman. Okay. It's number 2. Number 3, zenpo. We're going to be cutting the wrist. Okay, so kind of as a quick review, as we're here, I'm facing into the camera. I have 2 partners, one in front, one behind. I would raise up, cut the wrist on the first person, turn, look behind, step across the center line, cut the wrist on that person, pivot, back to the first person, step and cut. These should all be done, actually it's perfect right here, on a 45. So this is my line of attack here. My first one should come in here, 45 off the line. Other person is there. The basic one is left foot, right foot, raise, cut. I'm on 45. I pivot, turn, step and cut. I'm still on that 45. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this together. We'll do this one twice, facing the way the camera is, and then facing back into the camera. So, as we're here, zenpo together. So, we raise, slide off the line, shoman. We look behind, left foot, right foot steps, raises, cut shoman. Check my right foot in front. I pivot, raise, step with my right foot, shoman. Okay? Now, facing back into the camera. As I'm here, I raise, slide my right foot off the line, cut, shoman. I look behind, left foot steps across the line, right foot steps all the way across, raise, pivot my hips, shoman. I look back behind myself, raise, step with that right foot, shoman. Okay, so that's number 3. Zenpo, do you need it one more time? Are you sure? Let's do it one more time. Okay. So facing the way the camera's facing, so we're facing back, at least I'm facing back into the mirror. So from here, raise, slide off the line, shoman. I look back behind. My left foot slides, right foot steps across the line, then my hips would come off, cutting shoman. I look behind, raise, step forward, shoman, and I should be again on that 45 degree. Yeah, that's it. Sure, that's my seat. Listen, you're good back a bit.
Yeah.
Even got a little straight. That's right. Okay, number 4, irimi. Okay, so when we do irimi, it's a way to think about doing irimi. So if I don't have the sword, one way to do irimi is you step forward, irimi, kaiten, raise, step through and through. We're going to do that with a sword. So we're going to start in this jodan position, but the kesaki is going to point off to my right side. We will step at a 45 with our left foot. And then we're going to pivot or kaiten and do a kesa giri to that side. And from here, we would kaiten or pivot back. And then step forward and do a ski. So we think about it again without sword. We raise, we kaiten, pivot, putting their head to the shoulder, raising up, pivoting back, stepping through the throat. We're just using the sword to kind of help us get through that motion. So let's go ahead and try this at least twice again. Facing the way the camera is, and then facing back into the camera. So as we're here, raise, jodan position, kesaki goes off to our right. We step our left foot off to the side, we kaiten or pivot, kesa giri cut. Okay, now from here, we pivot or kesa back. Then we step forward, ski. Okay?
So you're not going 180 degrees. You're not going back and then back.
No, you're not
going 90 and
You're going only as far as your hips will allow. Just like when you do a regular yokomenuchi from here, I mean, ideally you turn all the way 180, but sometimes you don't get that luxury. You can only turn to about here. Okay, so now facing into the camera, we're here. We raise, jodan position. Kisaki is off to our right. We step the left foot out. We kaiten pivot. Okay, now from here, we pivot back. Now we step forward, ski, that would be our throw. Kind of make sense-ish, or do you want one more? That was pretty good? Okay. Now we're going to do shiho, shihonage, omote. So we're going to start from this position here, it's the same jodan position. Kisaki off to the right. There's two ways to start it. I'll show you both ways. The way I like to start it is I step back and guard. Okay, that's just the way I like to do it. It's a kasumi position, kasumi kamai. You can also start from here, and this is the way that your plug shows it, is he comes back and he does a kesa giri all the way back. Okay? Now, either way, when you step forward, furi ski. Then from here, you're gonna pivot, kesa giri, step forward, and ski. So, kind of a real quick, well, what does this look like? If I believe it's on the third Q exam, they ask you to do shihonage from a shomen. So you're here, you would do that rear foot 10 shin, draw across, step forward and raise, pivot, and throw. At least that's my interpretation of how these two relate. You could also think about it as a front foot 10 shin. Again, that same shiho sabaki, or that same bringing it across, raising up, pivoting, and turning. Okay? So, here we go. So, this one we're going to do 4 times. Actually, I'll do the first one facing the way the camera is so you can see what's going on. So I'm here. I raise. Kisaki is off to my right. As I step back with that right foot, I can either come back to kasumi or guarding or kesa giri, doesn't matter. Now, as I step forward with my right foot, furi ski. Okay, now from here, I'm going to kaiten or pivot. As I do, bringing it across. Now I step forward, ski, that's my throw. Now facing into the camera, we're here, raise, jodan position, kisaki, faces off to the right. We step back with that right foot, and we can either guard or kesa giri, doesn't really matter much. Now from here, I'll step forward that right foot, furi ski. Okay, now from here, I will kaiten or pivot. Bringing the Bokken with me, then step forward, ski. Okay. So now in the 90s, we're here, jodan position, kisaki is off to the right. Then step back and either guard or kesa giri. Step forward that right foot, furi ski. Now here, kaiten or pivot, bringing the sword with you, keeping it in front. Step forward that right foot, ski to throw.
When you do that turnaround back here, are you still having your point at them, or does it go through and then you go?
Okay, good question. So personally, after I do this, let me do it this way so you see the camera. So as I do this furi ski, as I pivot, I want my kisaki to be right in line with my center line. and then stepping forward to ski so it doesn't move off that line. Reason being, when I do shihonage, here, I want everything right there. Okay? Good question. Because that's something we can cut all the way through. All right, so the last one on the 90s, so we're here, raise jodan position, kisaki, off to our right side. Stepping back with that right foot, you can either guard or kesa, either one is fine. Step forward that right foot, furi ski. Now from here, kaiten or pivot. Step forward, ski is the throw. Okay. That makes sense? Okay. So that's number 5. Yeah, that's 5. Number 6 is going to be shihonage ura. So for that one, we're going to start from this position. We're going to raise, we're going to step forward, shomen. Now as you look behind, we're going to cut on this diagonal, pivot all the way forward, bring the sword back in front of us, and then just slide forward to ski to finish. So if you think about it, if we're here and we're grab, katatetori, or shihonage ura is we tenkan, raise, kaiten, and throw. That's what we're doing. We just happen to need the other side in front. So that's why we do that shoman to begin with. Now from here, we tenkan, and we continue kaiten and skis to finish. Okay, so again, we'll do this 4 times. So we're here, raise, step with our left foot, shoman. Now from here, look behind. Now as we look behind, we're going to draw that right foot back as the sword comes forward, and then we pivot all the way back to the front, keeping the sword in front of us, and then slide forward, ski to finish. So now facing into the camera, here, raise, step with the left foot forward, shoman. Now look behind, draw that right foot back, let the sword come up underneath, pivot to the front, and then slide forward, ski to finish. This one's actually a lot easier to do than the last one. Okay, so on the 90s, we're here, raise, step forward the left foot, shoman, look behind, draw that right foot back, coming up all the way underneath, forward, and slide ski to finish. Okay, last one. We're here, raise, step forward that left foot, shoman. Look back behind, draw that right foot back. Now keep continuing the circle all the way back to the front, and then ski to finish. Pretty good with those? Okay. So that is a 6 out of the 8 siburi for this series. We'll finish the last 2 next week, and then we'll have all 8. So now let us go ahead and do a quick review of the Bokken versus Joe kumitachi. So for that, I'll have to borrow Ms. Victoria, and I will trade this out very quickly for my Joe. Unfortunately, I get to win at the end. I don't like to, but it's a thing. So on the Bokken portion, as we're here, I'd say you might want to follow along that way. Oh, yeah, well, we're going to put together, but so you can at least kind of get a. As she does a single step forward and shoman, I'm going to come back, knocking her Bokken off the line, and I'm going to ski to the face. She's going to block, and then do a dough cut, trying to cut my midsection. I'm going to block. From there, she's going to hip roll back, step forward, and ski. From here, I will move back, knocking her Bokken off the line, and then doing a shoman. So she goes into this guarded position, protecting her center line. Then we would reset. As we reset, and a little bit more to point of perfect. Okay, as we're back here, we reset. She's gonna step forward twice, 1, 2, and ski. I'm gonna come in, knock her Bokken down. Now, her feet don't move yet. As I try to ski, it raises up. She's gonna try to cut my midsection again. As she tries to cut my midsection, I'm gonna then get out of the way, hit her Bokken down, and then she's gonna raise up and then step forward, and then do a shoman with her left foot forward. I'll block, deflect, and finish. Okay? So let's do it once together. Unfortunately, I'll be the winner. I'm sorry, Mr. Cody, I'm be the bad person. But then we'll get to follow along once with a simulated weapon, doing the other half, and then we'll do it together where we all have Bokken. So here, she steps forward once, shoman. I knock this off the line. I go to ski to the face. She blocks and is going to cut my midsection. I'll draw back, block here. She'll hip roll back, step forward, and ski. I will move back, knocking her sword off the line. Shoman. So she's going to guard her center line. Perfect. Now from here, we would reset, reestablish. I just want to make sure we're both still in frame. From here, now she steps 1, 2, ski. I would knock her Bokken down. And as I come up, she raises up and she's going to cut my midsection. I draw, I hit this down. And as I come back, she's going to raise up. Now she steps forward with her left foot. To do a shoman, I would block, deflect, and finish. I got the win. Sorry, Mr. Torres. No problem. Now, when you usually would do this, we would be a lot closer than we are for the COVID times. And the person blocking up with the Joe at the very end, you'd be blocking as close to their hands as possible. So not at the very fast, sharp point at the end. So let's go ahead and do this together. I'm actually going to do this on the 90s. I think it makes a little more sense if I do it on the 90s, as you can see my feet. So as we're here, right hand, right foot in front. So I raise, step with my left foot, shoman. Now my tip's going to get knocked off to my left. My face is exposed, so I raise up, step with my right foot, cutting the midsection, go cut. They block, I hip roll back, step with my left, ski. Again, my tip's going to get knocked off the line. Center line is exposed again. I step my right foot back a little bit, and then I'm in this guarded position. Kasumi. Here. All right, now. From here, I step back with my left foot, and I slide back just a little bit more to give myself a little more distance. From here, left foot, right foot, ski. It's going to get knocked down. If you notice, your face is now exposed. As they come to the ski, I would raise up. Kesaki or tip is to my left. I raise up, bring it around, cutting midsection. It gets knocked down again. Again, face is exposed. So now I raise up, Kesaki is off to the right. Raise up, Jodan position. Step forward that left foot, shoman. It's going to get knocked off to my left side and finish. Okay. So now facing into the camera. As we're here, single step, shoman. Kesaki gets knocked off the line. Face is exposed. We raise up. Step with our right foot. Do cut. So cutting horizontally. So they block. We hip roll back, step forward that left foot, ski. That tip is going to get knocked off the line. Notice our center line is exposed. I bring that right foot back, and then protecting my center line. I believe this is called kasumi kamai. So from here, then step my left foot back, and then I like to do a little slide back extra. From here, left foot, right foot, ski. It's going to get knocked down. As it gets knocked down, our face is exposed. Our feet stay in position. We raise up. Kisaki is off to our left. Raising up above the head, bringing it around the body. Do cut. Okay, midsection. It's going to get knocked down again. Face is exposed again. So we raise up. Kisaki is off to our right. Raise up, Jodan position. Step forward. Shoman. It's going to get blocked. Off to our left side. And finish. Okay. All right, sense? Okay. So now a review of kumitachi number 1. And let's go ahead and we'll do the first version twice if I'm borrowing Miss Victoria so that she can win. Miss Victoria gets to win.
Oh, that's right. So when I get to move.
Yes.
It's on number 3.
Yes. So we'll do both sides of it, but as a quick review, as I'm here, as I step with my left foot, right foot ski, she goes into this walking no kamai position. She's gonna step forward and cut towards my knee. I'm not gonna like that. I'm gonna raise up. I'm gonna scoop her blade out of the way. She's gonna step and then cut me open across the sides. Okay? So, as we're here, Uke steps once, Kisaki stays in the middle, twice, Kisaki stays in the middle, try to ski. Partner steps back, now they step forward, cutting the knee. We raise up, we pivot, we scoop, we do a shoman. Our partner steps out of the way and then cuts open from the side. Okay, back to this tutorial. So let's go ahead and do the uke. Usually I like to start with the 90 portion or the 20 version. Let's start with the uke portion first, as that part stays consistent for all 3 variants. Okay, at least for the very end. So as we're here for the uke portion, we start here, right foot forward. As we step with that left foot, the saki's in the middle. Then we step with the right foot and we ski. All right, now our partner's going to go for our knee. We raise up this Jodan position. Now, if you've got the flexibility in the balance board, you can pick your leg up and scoop. If not, you can just move your feet together to move your knee out of the way, and then you scoop and then cut. Notice it's on a 45. I'm not straight back here, 45. As you've done this cut, your partner will have finished you and done a do cut to your midsection. Okay? So one more time. For the uke portion, as we're here, we step left, right, ski. Partner's going to go for the knee. We raise up, we pivot to the right, we scoop, shoman. And now from here, for kumitachi's number, for the first one, the long and the short version, we stop here. Our partner then cuts our midsection. Ideally, you're cutting below the rib and above the hip. It's nice and neat. Okay, so what is tori or nage doing? In the first one, we start here together. So as they're going to come in and try to overtake us and take our center line, good. Okay. As they come in to ski, we're going to step that right foot back and slide back. Wake no kama. Now from here, we slide our left foot, we step with our right foot. We cut the knee. As we cut the knee, they're going to scoop it out of the way. Here comes that shoman. So we step with that left foot off to the side. Here, I just have the sword as insurance to get out to block. It's just insurance. If I make contact, great. If not, even better. And then I'm going to come down to my left knee, hitting across their midsection and cutting all the way through. From this perspective here, as my partner is coming into me, they're going to come in, they step once, twice, ski. I'm going to slide, step back, walk in, they'll come out. I slide my left foot, then step with my right foot, cutting the knee. They're going to scoop and move it out of the way. Center lines exposed. So I step my left foot, have the blade come up on the right side as just in case. Now I come and hit and go cut and across. All right. One more. We'll do it on the 90. Questions, Mr. Baker?
Trying to figure out the rest.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crossed.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the 90s, we're here. As our partner steps once, twice, they come into ski, walk in, they'll come out. We now slide the left foot, step with the right foot, cutting the knee. They scoop it out of the way. Shoman is coming through. We step with the left foot and then pivot, cutting left knee, right knee is up, cutting across the body. Okay, so just so we have a reference point, uke from this perspective would be here, and it would be step left, right, ski, they go for the knee, raise up, pivot, scoop, shoman, and then finish. So that's kumitachi number 1, the base version. Now the second one in that series. It's a little bit shorter. Miss Victoria? Miss Victoria gets to win again. So my part as uke stays the same. Hers is a little bit quicker. So as I start 1, 2, she's just going to step off the line and go for the knee. So again, I scoop and then step and finish. Okay? So the big difference here is on the short version, as I step 1, you're literally playing on that edge.
Okay.
So as it goes 1, 2, as I go for that second one to ski, she comes into the knee, scoop, cut, and she finishes. Thank you very much, Victoria. Miss Victoria, one again. And so the big one on that one is, if we look at the real quick on the 90, on the first one, as I do the second step, we make this nice large movement to get out of the way, stepping in and cutting. In the short version, or number 2, we let the blade move and then we slide and step very quickly off the line. So it's a much shorter version, and you're playing on that edge of how close can I get to being stabbed before I move. Okay, so let's do the, again, we'll do the uke portion, we'll do it 3 times, just so we get the 3 perspectives that we're doing. So I'll do the first one facing into you here, so it's left foot, right foot, ski, they go for the knee, raise up, pivot, scoop, shoman, and finish. Okay, so now let me go ahead and change over to the nage or furi position. So from here, as I step once, twice, it's going to come off to the side. Left foot, right foot comes over, cutting the knee. It gets scooped out of the way. Center lines opened up. Stepping with the left foot, cutting across the midsection. Okay. Okay, now let's flip that perspective. Okay, it's here. So it's left, right, ski. They cut for the knee, raise up, pivot, shoman, and finish. Okay. Now, into the camera, Tori is here. They step once, twice, the sword comes off to the left, Right side, left foot, right foot, cutting the knee. Get scooped out of the way. Center line is opened up. Stepping with the left foot, blocking, and then cutting across the body. Okay, last one on the 90. So as we're here, uke goes left foot, right foot, ski. They get out of the way, they're gonna go for the knee, raise up, do it on position, scoop, shoman, coming in to finish. Hori or nage is here. So they step once, twice, they go for the ski. I'm gonna move off the line, left foot, right foot, cutting the knee. Get scooped out of the way. Center line is opened up. Step with that left foot, raising up, and then cutting across the body. Okay. So that's kumitachi number 1, the base, the variant, and then finally we have a counter. So unfortunately, I get to win at this one. And this is where the uke portion changes just a little bit. So, as we're here, the partner is going to do the original kumitachi number 1. So, the original. So, as I step 1, 2, they step all the way back. Now they come in, go for the knee. As they go for the knee, I scoop, cut. Now, as they come to cut across, I actually bring my right foot to left foot, blocking with the back of the blade, moving my hips out of the way because, well, I don't want to get cut. Now, as I bring my left foot back, I raise this up, get it out of the way, and then take her head right off. Okay? So, the difference on this one is at the end. So it starts the same, left, right, ski, moves back, goes for the knee, I scoop, do the shoman. As I do the shoman, I see, oh, she's going for my side. I bring my right foot to left foot, blocking with the back of the blade. Then I would raise up, moving my left foot back, and then cutting across. And this before you. So let's go ahead and do this one again. We'll do it 3 times. We're going to start with the uke portion, or the one who gets the win at the end. That's right. So here we go. So as we're here, we step left, right, ski. Partner's going for the knee, raise up, jodan position, scoop, shoman. As you do that shoman, you see your partner coming to your side. So you bring your right foot to left foot, moving your hips back. Now from here, step our left foot back, raise up, and then cutting across. Okay, so our partner is here. So originally was a tori or the nage. 1, 2, step, they step, slide back, walking no kamai, stepping out, cutting the knee. They get scooped away, center line is open up. So here now they step with the left foot, they raise. Now as they cut here, they stop mid-set because there's the block right there. Now from here, it's going to get brought up and come over to the right side. Face is exposed and done. So now we change perspective as we're here. As we'll start with the who was the uke. So left foot, right foot, ski, going for the knee, raise up, scoop, shoman. We see our partner coming to our midsection, our right foot comes to our left, blocking with the back of the blade. Now we bring our left foot back as we raise up, move it across, and across the head. Good. Okay, so what is tori, original tori doing? They're here. 1, 2, they step back, walk in, no come out. They slide out, step out that right foot, cutting towards the knee. They get scooped out of the way, Shoman comes in, so they step with that left foot, they come and they stop right here. Because they're getting blocked. Now it gets raised up, brought over to the right side, face is exposed, and done. Okay, last one. We're here. So as uke starts first, left foot, right foot, ski. Knees is go for the knee, raise up, scoop, shomen. We're gonna go for our right side, bring the right foot to left, boom, walking with the back of the blade. Left foot steps back, raises up, cutting across. Okay, Kodi or Nage, they start here. 1, 2 step, they step back, walk in, no come on. Slide out, step out, cutting the knee. Get scooped out of the way. Center line is exposed. They step with the left foot. They're going to come midsection, bang. They get blocked there. Now, comes up and over to the right side. Face is exposed and done. Okay. Yeah, we don't have time to get through at least the first the kumitachi number 2, the standard. Ready, Miss Victoria? You remember this one?
Sure, get it. We haven't opened through it here.
Okay, so actually, I'll have
That's the
this.
one where I'm touching with the understuff.
Yeah, you have to do the other step. So my part is pretty simple. As I go 1, 2, she goes underneath, hits my blade down, and then kesa giri to my head. So as you come in,
So I'm coming in.
yeah, so you can be that guy. Okay. So step 1, 2, I hit down, step out with my left foot, and then just finishes.
So I don't get to protect myself.
No, not in the first one, not in the first 2.
Okay, so I'm still doing that. I'm gonna do that side. Okay.
Okay. So as the bad person, me, as uke, I step in 1, 2, she comes, you go underneath, banging the blade down, getting it out of the way, stepping through kesa giri to the head.
So underneath, hit down, cross. And-
Yeah. So as we're here, 1, 2, bam, and then
But I move my feet after I knock you down.
no. So as my partner were to come in, 1, 2, bam, I move myself off the line and cut. Because my partner is rushing into me, so I don't need to go anywhere. So as they come in, 1, 2, I get my blade on the other side, stepping off the line, kesa giri. Like I said, this one's actually really short, but it does require timing. Okay? So, the uke portion for this one is pretty simple. So, as we're here, see if we have enough time to do this 3 times. So, the uke portion is just left foot, right foot, as they do the ski, their blade's just going to get knocked down. Face is exposed. All right, so as Kodi or Nage, you're here. As they come in, as they go 1, 2, you're going to let your blade dip underneath, go from your right side to your left side. And you're going to hit down, step with the left foot, kesa giri, cutting to the head. All right? So, now as change perspective, so the uke is here, and it's left foot, right foot, and then blade gets hit down, face is exposed. For Kodi or Nage, they come in 1, 2, your kisaki comes underneath their blade, comes up on your left side, comes up on the other side. You drop your hips, bam, to knock their blade out of the way, step with the left foot, cutting, kesa giri. Okay? On a 90, we're here. So it's left foot, right foot, bam, our blade gets hit down, face is exposed. For Kodi, Nage. We're here, they step 1, 2, blade dips underneath, comes up on our left side, dropping the weight, dropping the hips, bam, knocking the blade down. Step with the left, bring that right foot across, kesa giri. Okay? Now the short version, we'll just show it very quickly. I'll do this one. So, Miss Victoria Brooks has to be the bad person, so I can show this one very quickly. So it starts as saying I literally bang, and then I slide forward and cut across her throat. Okay, so as we're here, as she steps forward, I just bring my blade, boom, on that side, and literally just slide straight forward into the throat. Okay, so as we're here, as uke, it would be step 1, 2, it gets banged down, and then we would want to move our face back because there's something coming right to us. As furi or nage, as they come in, 1, 2, our dip goes underneath, comes up on our left side, we bang down, and then slide forward off the line, leading with the sword. Yep. Okay. From here, from this perspective, uke steps 1, 2, they do the ski, gets knocked down, and then they kind of move back as that sword comes towards their throat. As furi, they step once, twice, our blade comes underneath, we drop the hips, and then slide forward off the line, leading with the edge towards our perfect. As we're here, as uke, it's 1, 2, it gets knocked down, face is exposed, and we'll move back. And then for tori or nage, as they come in, we come up underneath, we hit down, and then we slide forward, coming up underneath. Okay. So finally, we'll just show the counter, and we'll cover the counter next week, which is kind of fun. So Miss Victoria is going to do the original, the standard for this kumitachi. So as I come in 1, 2, she bangs, and then as she comes over here, I'm just going to move my hands over, right to here. Okay, so I get her before when she's in that jodan position. So I step 1, 2, bang, and then as she moves, I'm just cutting up on her wrist. I'm just changing my angle from being forward to 45. Okay? Thank you, Ms. Victoria. And with the chiming of said bells, that is our time for this morning. Okay, thank you all very much for those of you here in person, as well as those of you online. Again, if you have any questions on anything that we're doing, especially in any of my classes, please email or send a message to the dojo on Facebook so that I can maybe clarify anything that I'm doing. And with that being said, everyone have a good weekend. And remember, tomorrow, February 21st, is our annual meeting where we'll pick our new board of directors since we are a nonprofit. So if you didn't get a link, a Zoom link, please let us know so we can send it to you. Have a good day. Let's stay in this seated position and start with the warm up and head up and down. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, tachi, ku, ju, chin to shoulder. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay, take the right arm, bring it across and stretch. Okay, now left arm across and stretch. Okay, right elbow up and stretch. Okay, left elbow up stretch. Okay, and across each knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay, twisting side to side, each knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay, put both feet to the front. Reach out, touching those toes. And up. Okay, now grabbing some part of your legs, thighs, what have you. Pulling yourself down and in. Get a little deeper stretch and reach out and stretch. And up. Okay, right foot out, left foot in. Okay, right hand out to that right foot. Now left hand to that right foot. Now bring that chest down to that right knee. Up. Okay, switch it over. Left foot out, right foot is in. Same thing, left hand out to that left foot. Now that right hand out to that left foot. Now bring that chest down to that left knee. And up. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab our Bokkens. Okay. Now from this, if you can be in this seiza position, great, but if not, this cross-legged or onsa position is good. Biggest thing is trying to keep those shoulders over those hips. So if you're sitting cross-legged, try not to slouch. Try to keep good posture, or as best you can. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and do one-handed. Just in the right hand. Here, up, each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay, now switching over just the left hand. And each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay, now, nice basic shomen cut. We're going to go from what's called this jodan or upper position, reach out, down, and come to this middle or chudan position. Okay, so we're up and each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay, so again, kind of the big thing on here is making sure we finish here and not there. Okay, so as we cut, we keep that wrist nice and solid. We don't break the wrist and flex too much. Let's go ahead and stand up. Get a little squat practice in. We're going to do that same cut. We're going to have the feet parallel. We're going to come from this upper position. And as we cut, we're going to try to come straight down and cut. Okay? Let's do 20 and each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, tachi, ku, ju, jiri, jini, san, nan, go, ro, shichi, tachi, ku, niju. Okay. Huh?
I was afraid you were going to go.
Oh no, we don't have enough time to go to 100. Not to get all